Yo, what's going on, fellas? We are back. We're ready to go. 2K24 is on the horizon. It's less than a month away, so we're gearing up, man. We're getting pretty excited. Lots of new intel coming out, and as you can see from the title of the video today, we're going to be going over some tweets. Should be a pretty short video. We're going to be going over some tweets from Mike, and we're going to be looking at some of the reactions of some major players in the 2K community. We're going to see what they have to say. And then maybe toward the end, I'll give my own personal opinion. All right, so let's take a look at these tweets real quick. Mike Wang, or AKA Baluba, as it is on Twitter, has been absolutely blowing up Twitter with all the different 2K24 updates, or Twitter or X or whatever we're calling it now. I'm not even sure, but he's been blowing it up. I mean, you see here it's 2.8 million interactions and 3.2 million interactions on this one. I mean, it's been going crazy. But also what I love about this so much is that Mike Wang is a massive developer, and he probably has $1 billion budget and $1 billion graphics team. And instead of having them make something for him real quick, he decided to take a screenshot on his iPhone and draw a rip and scribble by on these pictures to show us on Twitter. I love that he did that instead of get his graphic team to get stuff out. But anyway, I'm gonna move the face cam for a second so you can see this full picture. But yeah, okay. So on August 5th, Mike Wang tweeted, "Still hard at work on 2K24, but we'll talk soon. One small tidbit for now," and he writes "rip" over the quick drop animation. And then on August 10th, he follows it up 5 days later by saying, "Since some have asked," and he drew a bye in the Limitless Takeoff badge, waving bye. And there was honestly a lot of positive feedback. As funny as this is, I think it's really cool he did that. And there's been a lot of positive feedback on that. And you can see that a lot in these stats you see at the bottom here. And we're going to take a look at some tweets by some other creators here in a second. But it's really good to see that. So for all intents and purposes, it's saying that quick drops are dead, literally, and Limitless Takeoff is not in the game. Now, I would be feeling like I would be missing, like leaving something out if I didn't also tell you. I don't know if this 100% means that quick drops are out of the game, also as well as Limitless Takeoff. And let me explain. It's possible that there is no more quick drop animation. That's very possible. And that's what, if you take this tweet literally, that's what it's saying. I think it's also possible that it could mean that they've nerfed quick drops and how it works so much that it's not going to be as usable in 24 as it was in 23. A similar idea to the Limitless Takeoff badge. We've seen in the past where 2K likes to take out a badge and then put it back in the game just under a different name. So Limitless Takeoff, the idea behind Limitless Takeoff might be back in the game in the form of another badge name, or maybe in an attribute linked to like vertical or speed acceleration or something like that. Again, I wouldn't expect that what you saw all of 2K23 to just be 100% completely gone. I really wouldn't expect that. But yeah, I think that the overall point of these tweets is to basically explain that the Limitless Takeoff quick drop meta is not going to be near as impactful in 24 as it was in 23. Whether that means they're out of the game completely or they're not in the different ways I said. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the positive feedback, or just some of the feedback in general that we got from some of the major players in 2K. I'm going to go ahead and take the face cam off though so you can see the bottom tweet too. But Swante said, "Great opener tweet, very calculated. Y'all know the whole community with you on this one." And I mean, he's right. The whole community, I mean, 89% of the community is probably with them on that one for real. I think I've seen a lot of positive feedback on that. And that's always good to see, man. Chris ZT, major streamer, major park player. "Thank you, Mike. Paint defense fixed next." I know a lot of people actually think that just this in general is going to fix the paint defense by taking this stuff out. I don't know if I totally agree, but I think a lot of people are expecting a paint defensive fix next. Chalk, huge streamer, huge player in the community, one of the best players every year. 2K24 sounds better every day. He's obviously excited about it. Solo, massive creator for 2K. Some of y'all are in trouble, obviously, poking fun at the fact that some people think that a lot of the different people were made this year by rim running and quick dropping with Limitless Takeoff. So he's just kind of poking fun at that. And then you got OFAB down here. He said, L, how am I supposed to score now? Or how are we supposed to score now? Please don't patch Clamp Breaker. Also, I need it. Obviously, he's poking fun at the same thing. Probably people have probably called, I mean, he's one of the best players in the world every year. I love this guy. He's a super dope dude. People have probably said wild stuff in his streams about how he can't score without quick drops and yada, yada, yada. So you got Sacrificial G's up here. This is the 2K Twins. Again, one of the best players, best pick and roll guard duos in the community every single year. All the comp players in the community, after seeing this and realizing they will be trash and it's a Mark Jackson meme, what happened to the game I love. So a lot of funny stuff in there, but it really is good to see positive feedback from people. I'll be honest, and I'm not necessarily innocent in this also, but there's a lot of negativity when people like Mike Wang tweet. Anyone really tweets positively or new stuff coming out on 2K. 2K overall is a pretty negative topic. People tend to talk bad about it immediately before they think about it. But so all this is it's really cool to see that the community is really, really encouraging on this. Also wanted to isolate Laker fans' tweets here. Most of you know him. He's a very well-known slasher in the community, known for making the 25 three-point builds and the super high dunks, and he's extremely good at it. It's been really nice to get to know him over 2K23. But I wanted y'all to be able to see his tweets on the subject because I think it's relevant. He has a lot of good points here. Just to make sure, on August 5th, he tweeted this, just make sure this doesn't lead to neglecting other dunk animation balancing. There's a lot of other good dunk animations out there with extremely low dunk requirement and low limitless takeoff requirement as well. Great decision, though, as far as for quick drops. Now, again, all these tweets aren't connected to each other. I've just put them in a way. Let me also get the face cam off, too. But I just put them in a way on a picture set so that way we can see them all in one. These are not connected at all. That top tweet is in reference to quick drops being taken out of the game. But I completely agree. I think a lot of people are really, really failing to realize that quick drops were not like the only issue as far as dunking goes. They were just the most extreme part of that issue. So, I mean, there were many, many, many dunk packages that were very good in the game. Straight arm tomahawks, you have the Russ package, the Michael Jordan package where you could take off from the free throw line, the LeBron package, all those were unblockable 85 to 90% of the time. But the reason why they don't seem quite as bad from 2K23 is because you just didn't see them quite as often as you saw the quick drops. The quick drops were the best, they were the most efficient, so they were the most used. And because they were the most used, you saw them the most, and everyone thought that they were mainly the problem. Please don't get that confused. It was not just a quick drop issue. So he's 100% right on this. 100% right. I couldn't agree more. If you think, he tweeted this on August 11th, if you think there aren't going to be Tomahawk-style dunks in a 2K video game, you're just dead wrong. However, the news of quick drops and takeoff getting taken out of the game is huge to limit the ISO-style efficiency dunks. To act like people won't still be range dunking, though. Now, this is interesting because I also agree with this. A lot of the quick drops and the takeoff getting taken out of the game, it does disrupt the efficiency. It brings that ratio down of how many dunks are actually completed. But again, we don't have the game yet, so there's so much unknown to this. But just from hearing that information alone, I do agree. I think it is going to disrupt the 95 to 100% efficiency rate that dunks were going in at with that animation and that badge being in the game. And also, yeah, people are acting like there won't still be range dunks. I mean, right now, I guess we don't technically see a way, but I would be very, very surprised. Looking back at the history, that's kind of getting into the next tweet too, honestly. But looking back into the history of 2K, it's like, Intimidator was really good for a while, and it caused people to miss dunks. But I don't know. I just feel like this hasn't been the only 2K that people could take off from near the free throw line and dunk it. There's just been other things in the game that prohibited that. And then, of course, the last tweet, he said, the way people talk about Limitless Takeoff, you'd think you never saw a dunk before 2023. And I completely agree. Again, I completely agree. I think people have just been punished, I think, by Limitless Takeoff, and they've been punished by the quick drop animations so much that they act like no other game has ever been good at slashing ever, and it was only 2K23 because of those stupid badges. And I'm here to tell you that's not true. That's just not true. There's been many other 2Ks where slashing was very, very good and very, very viable. And if I had to put my money on it, I think there would be a way. There will be a way to be able to slash effectively, both from a guard, forward, lock, power forward, and center position. There will be a way. It's just about finding it and exactly how efficient it is. It won't just be out of the game. So my personal opinion on this is I think we need more information. Obviously, the game's going to be in our hands soon, and that's kind of a lame answer, but truly, I feel like I need more information on this. I don't know if y'all remember when grinding your builds in 2K23, at the beginning of your build, before you had any Limitless Takeoff, how miserable it was to dunk the ball. And nobody really wants that. People want this nerfed. They don't want it gone. When you actually listen to what people want, you find out that they actually don't want what they want. And what I mean by that is nobody wants to have a wide open run to the rim in your game. The game gives you a super slow animation where a center is able to jump all the way from the corner to the paint and block you. Nobody really wants that. They say they want this stuff out of the game, but I don't think they really want that. I think, and again, I'm looking through the lens of what creates a great competitive 2K. Because again, that's what this channel is. It's a lot of build videos, a lot of how-to stuff, but it's mainly Pro-Am content because that's what I play is Pro-Am. And I'll be honest with you, I care a lot more about what makes a great competitive product. And in my opinion, easy twos should still be easy twos that go in. And what I mean by that is if it's an open lane and the center's not in front of the basket, or there's not a defender in front of the basket, I think our players who are supposed to be superstars and supposed to be great at basketball should make those at a very, very high percentage. With that being said, I think in 2K23 there was a real lack of any sort of true chase down or body up animations midway through their dunk animations, and I think that's really what was missing. I think this is a great step in the right direction. I really do. I'm glad they did this. Again, especially in reference to the quick drops, I feel like it's been years since we've had a new safe dunk packages. I mean, most of you know this, but every year there's a safe dunk package or a few safe dunk packages that the most competitive people run exclusively on their builds. And the last, I think, 3 years it's been quick drops. In 2K20, it was the front clutches. I could see those making a comeback as well. Those are pretty safe this year also, but every dunk was safe this year. So, say what you want about that. But, yeah, I do think the main issue for me personally, if you were to ask me directly what was actually the issue last year, I think what was actually the issue last year was that dunking was 100% contingent on the offensive player getting to their spot and taking off. I called it their launching pad. And if you watch any of the streams, you probably heard me talking about that a lot. You've got to bump them right before they get to their launching pad to stop them from dunking it. And even then, that might not have stopped them. So I don't think the game's in a great position. Again, I'm a power forward. I played predominantly defense. I played center. I played power forward. I played lock. Now this next year, I'm switching to point guard. So I'm starting this next year on point guard. So don't think that my views are slanted any one way or the other. I just want a great competitive game. I've played all the positions, and now I'm going to play something completely different. So just being honest, I don't think the game from a competitive standpoint is in a super great spot when nobody can make anything in the paint. I think it's in a better spot when finishing is good and when people have open lanes to the basket that they make their dunks. But I do think there was a serious problem last year you ran into where, like, even if you bumped people on the way to the paint, especially the biggest problem was when centers are right in front of the basket. You got people finishing, you got 6'1" guards finishing over 7'2", 7'3" centers with 99 block like they're nothing, even when they're in position. And it just felt like that ratio of what dunks were completed and what dunks were blocked or misses, that just didn't seem relevant. Now, I do absolutely 100% think that most dunks should go in. If you get to your spot and you're able to launch and you don't get bumped throughout the process, you should complete much, much more of those dunks than you don't. My true fix to this would have been, I don't think they should have caused more misses to dunks. I don't even think that they should have super increased the blocks by a ton. I think they should have done a better job of incorporating body up animations midway through the process, so that way it turned maybe some dunks into layups. Or the problem was every single dunk, if they got to that launching pad spot, it was either a dunk going in or it was a foul. And it was like literally 98% of the time. It was either a dunk going in or it was a foul. That's a little too much. That's a lot too much, in my opinion. But I think the game is in a better spot when the offense is better at finishing and they're not getting blocked or missing layups and dunks all the time. That's just my honest opinion, and I'm a defensive guy. That's just my honest opinion. I think it's better that way. It creates a much better competitive product. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all today, man. Nothing else, man. I'm very excited for 2K24. We're getting the wheels back going again. Check out the Twitch, Twitter. All the links will be down in the description. I'm probably going to be streaming a lot of Madden coming up on to 2K. September 8th will be the day, man. September 8th is when it drops. So everyone get ready. Everyone get excited. That's it for me, y'all. Blitz out.
There it is.
Get up! Get up! Come on, kid! Get up!